Okay, we're back.
We're back. All right. Are we not back? Was that a nope? We're not back. Or what?
Nope. Okay, we're back. You're good. It like gave me a decoding error, and then I refreshed, and it's fine. So we're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So Jujutsu Kaisen, really enjoyed that. Have any of you guys watched it?
No.
Nope. Any intents to watch it?
No.
No.
I'm gonna watch Arcane, which I started watching.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. It's on the list somewhere. But anyway, really enjoyed it.
Did you watch that Blade Runner one?
No, I saw that it's up, but I haven't seen it yet.
I've been watching it too.
It's awesome.
It's good stuff.
I don't think I've seen that yet. I don't think I knew it dropped.
Where can I see that?
I feel like Blade Runner. It's good.
Where can you watch it at?
I'm watching it on. I'm recording it off. We have Hulu Live as our live TV.
Oh, cool.
And it's on Adult Swim. But I also think they advertise it on Crunchyroll too. If anybody has that, so I think it's doing like a dual citizenship thing.
Cool.
I'm kind of curious to watch that.
So since I finished that one, the next anime on my list was Violet Evergarden. So I started that. Talk about a tonal shift. Yeah, that was a grinding of the gears, but yeah, it's enjoying that. I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, the art on that
what's that one about?
A girl who ended up being connected to this guy who was a major in an army during a war, ends up getting both of her arms disconnected from her, and she gets robot arms because of course every anime World War I level technology world has mechanical arms for some reason. And then she becomes a person who transcribes and or writes letters on the behalf of others, because this is an industry, and I don't know if this industry actually existed like in the early 1900s or if this is a completely made up thing.
So
but
is that where you're drawing the line, Matt? Is that where you're drawing the line?
Which line?
The level of prosthetic technology.
Yeah.
You start pulling at threads, the whole Slayer's gonna come apart.
But anyway, so yeah, so I don't even know what to call it. It's not really slice of life. It's not Stranger in a Strange Land. It's not. I don't even know how to genreize it, but it's it's emotional string jerking, I guess, is the genre.
So Rick wants to know if they've really gone out on a limb with it.
Oh,
wow. Okay then. You've met your match, Mark.
That's why we're BFFs on Twitter. Seriously.
Oh, man. Ouch. That hurt me in the soul. If I had one. So yeah, anyway, it's really good. It's gorgeous. I mean, the artwork is just insane. Season 2 of Demon Slayer has started, but I have not started watching that yet, so I need to get on that. Anyway, that's the watching list. I think there's probably been a couple other things in there, but no big deal. I finished Kena, they pronounce her name all three ways in the game. Bridge of Spirits. I thought the final boss rush thing was going to be the death of me, but all of a sudden something clicked and it wasn't that big of a deal. So love it. It is a great little game. For a studio's first go, you would not expect something of this caliber. It is gorgeous in its art style and its implementation. There's a lot of little touches that just make it so alive that you would not typically think of a rookie developer coming up with. But since a lot of people have their roots in animation, 3D animation, kind of makes sense. I mean, just little things, and just the look of things and little behaviors of things in the world just really, really make it alive.
So when are we going to get your full review on this?
Dang it. I was hoping you forgot about that.
I did not forget.
You did not. I don't know. Maybe I'll get to getting something together during holiday break. We'll see. I will figure something out.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really fun. Really enjoyed it. I really hope they did well enough to get a sequel, because they've definitely. The one thing I will say, and I don't. This isn't spoiler. I wouldn't consider it a spoiler. So if I wouldn't consider it a spoiler, I have to feel like most people wouldn't. But it is very story light. I did not expect that from what we saw originally. It is in the same way. I compared a lot to Jack and Daxter in my head, like the first, Jack and Daxter game. And I think there's a lot of similarities there in presentation and the level of story you get. So
I mean, you've got Jack and Daxter poking out behind you, right?
no, actually that's a Lombax.
Isn't that Jack and Daxter?
Oh God, I'll punch you.
See, Dave, that's how you troll. I'm just saying.
That's good. That was good. And this is me telling you something you did was good. So enjoy that.
Yeah. So yeah, Fortnite, the new chapter and season started. So we finished out the last one, started the new one. Of course, they put like my favoriteest character of all time into it. So now I've really got to work on getting them levels.
And since we were talking about it before the show and not actually on the show, leaked Ben Reilly skin, so we will have clone Spiderman coming.
Yeah. So
I was hoping that's my favorite of the Spider-Man. So that and Lou Spiderman, those are my favorites.
I was really kind of hoping we might get a Peter Porker, because that would be hilarious, but they probably won't do it because he's really short. Bullets to go right over his head.
You'd be the new Odd Job.
So the new season, I'm actually enjoying this one a lot more. New island, mostly new-ish, reconfigured at least heavily. The levels really well done. The sliding mechanic is pretty cool. I'm not as sold on it as other people are, but that's just because it's one more thing for me to remember to have to do. But yeah, otherwise I'm enjoying the new weapons. The skins are obviously motivational with the Spider-Man thing, but the other ones are really good in there too. And Tom Humphrey, gift every day. Obviously there's going to be Matrix tie-ins when that movie drops, because one of the gifts is a Matrix tie-in. And that's and the season goes through into March. Is that right, Mark? I think I remember.
Yes, almost to my birthday.
Yeah. Then we've been doing our Divinity Original Sins 2 playthrough. We've got to be getting about done with that game. Please, Lord, tell me we're getting done with that game.
I don't know, man.
Going on forever.
But when we do, then we'll switch over to Baldur's Gate 3. And then I think we'll pick up a Daniel as a fourth player.
Let's see. Then we've got. I popped. My daughter was home from college and she wanted to play Beat Saber. And as long as she had drugged the VR headset out, I sat down and said, "Well, there's like 3 or 4 games I bought a while ago that I never played," and I started Moss, which is a pretty freaking amazing little game.
It is really a good game.
And the other thing is the sequel got announced, so we are getting a sequel to Moss. So I gotta finish that up. It's a fun, and it looks really, really good. Got me kind of excited again for the concept of a PSVR 2, which we know is coming. So just I haven't used my PSVR as much as I probably should have to justify the cost of it, but I might get suckered into buying the 2 and not using it as much as I should to justify the purchase price. And then the last thing, someone, I think it was Daniel, mentioned the Expanse earlier. Right around season 4, I started reading the books. And the last book of the 9-book sequence dropped on the 30th of November, and I just finished it last night. So I am now completed all of the available Expanse things. There's another 1 or 2 novellas that are coming out in like June, which will be the last pieces of content. The authors were contracted to write a new sci-fi trilogy in a new world. So I haven't heard anything about that since pre-pandemic. So I don't know where or what or if or when that's going to be a thing. I have read that, so which means I can now start watching season 6, because even though they're only doing 6 seasons, they are incorporating stuff from book 7, 8, 9 into season 6. So I had to read the book before I could watch the series.
And can I just say, I really appreciate that is a series that started out as a tabletop RPG, became a novel series, then went to a really well done TV show, and is now back to an updated TTRPG.
That's right.
That is pretty awesome. Yeah, I forgot that was actually the origin of that. But yeah, no, it is amazing series. I think the original trilogy is still the tightest and best of the three trilogies. But it's just amazingly well written. The dialogue is incredible. It's some of the best dialogue I've ever read. Some of the best dialogue I've ever read. No, I am not secretly the author of The Expanse. I wish. Yeah, so I really, really, really enjoyed it. I even got my mom reading it. She reads, like 100 books a year, but they're mostly, murder mystery type things. And I got her to read this. And so we've been comparing notes and stuff as we go through the series. So now that that's done, I'm starting Dune Messiah. I realize why every time I do this, I stop about a third of the way into Dune Messiah, because I just do not like Dune Messiah. I just don't like it.
Really?
I don't know what it is about that story. I don't like it. I'm gonna power through it because y'all are, and I'm gonna do it. But there's just something about it I don't like, and I can't quite. I mean, it is the writing style and the tone and everything is a huge shift from Dune, and maybe that's just it. It doesn't feel right. Maybe
I was gonna say not enough spice.
Not enough spice. That's true. But I don't know. It's just something about it. It doesn't jive for some reason. But beyond that, I am also going to start reading the Dresden Files books.
Enjoy.
Because, yeah.
Goodness, please feel free to talk to me about that. It is one of my favorite series, and we are big on that in this house.
Now, I saw you mention that. What is that? What is that about?
Oh God.
Book 1 right here. So I'm ready to go.
Are you familiar with World of Darkness? The role-playing game? The TTRPG? No. Okay. No. So imagine a world that is current day where there are vampires, werewolves, demons, ghosts, you name it. They all exist. And it has been protected from the public's eyes through a bunch of covenants, basically. And this guy is a private detective that works with the human police to solve.
It very much takes place mostly in Chicago.
Yeah.
And is very specific. The author did a lot of research on Chicago, but it is the only practicing wizard in the phone book. And it's a modern fantasy game. Mm-hmm. So anything you would have fantasy-wise, but in the modern day, kind of like Bright, if you watch Bright on Netflix. Wow, man. You need to watch Bright on Netflix, too.
I'm assuming you've actually watched the Dresden Files, Daniel.
I
realize there's a lot of difference there.
It's very, very different.
It has the core of the relationships.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
It's very sugar-coated, even for, it is incredibly dark in the books.
I think there's 17 books out right now.
Yeah.
No, something like that.
And he said there's going to be 22 in this series, and then he already has a second and third series planned for other characters in this series.
Yeah,
I am out.
But I mean, this is only 200 pages long, or 300 pages.
Yeah, they're not really big books.
It's pretty big print. They're not big books. They're not The Expanse or Dune
or The Wheel of Time.
most of them are written as detective series, though, as detective novels.
And the way they are listed, you don't have to read them chronologically. It doesn't seem like they don't enforce a strict. I had to work a little bit harder than I expected to find out what the first book was, because they don't really seem to. It just says a Harry Dresden novel, right? You know, they don't like have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on them.
Butcher does for most of the stuff. If he will try to remind you who someone is, but especially later on in the series, you might get lost if you have not read any of that previously.
And I will say, Matt, if you like this series but find it to be too much, too dark, too bloody, too violent, there is a series called the Iron Druid Chronicles, which is a much more, I don't want to say watered down, but optimistic view of the exact same type of world. It's still what I would call World of Darkness stir fry, but it's with the only remaining druid, the only remaining Celtic druid left in the world. And so it's also a very good series, but it is like, this is definitely detective, almost noir, and it's super gory and bloody and cool. I mean, if you like it, you like it. If you find it's a little much, which my mom thought it was a little much, I started her on this other series. She liked that better. So just FYI.
Okay. All right. I'm finally done. Sorry, that took forever.
Okay. So first off, 2021 recap. Word of the year, scurry funging. It is a late 1700s, early 1800s word that actually still has applicable use today. Scurry funging is what you do whenever you run around cleaning the house up before company comes over.
Fair enough.
So that's your word of the year. I learned it from there's a lexicographer on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, which is a British math and spelling show that is hilarious because they have a bunch of comedians on it. But one of the permanent fixtures, they have a math wizard, and then they have a word wizard. And I learned it from the word wizard. I thought that was like one of the coolest words that I've ever heard, scurry funging. So anyways, there's that. This last year, we had on YouTube 10,000 hours of content watched, over 65,000 views. We streamed for 287 hours live on YouTube. On Twitch, we streamed for 453 hours with 1,072 hours watched. So, not bad. This last
What's our Spotify playlist look like?
I don't have the rap done. I don't even still know what a Spotify rap is. I'm so behind the times. I actually really want to get us on Spotify and Alexa. Oh crap! Alexa, stop. Tricked me.
Xbox turn off. Xbox turn off.
Yeah, Xbox turn off. That's my favorite. Yesterday, I was a guest on a show called Writer's Block over at twitch.tv/redemptionva. If you get a chance to check that out, they're actually building a brand new tabletop role-playing game world from scratch, and they're having guests come in with random words, and then they build the story and lore of the world based off of these random words, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's a 2-hour show, but that was yesterday, and then I booked it straight from there right to the theater to go watch Spider-Man directly after. So what I've been playing, Fortnite. The new season is amazing. Sliding is amazing. They better never disable it or take it out of the game, or I will riot. And not the
Riot's a different company.
Yeah, I know, and not League of Legends. Yes, different kind of riot. I played The Matrix Awakens, which if you haven't checked that out yet,
yeah, I did that.
It's the best city simulator, like in terms of prettiness, that I've ever seen. Flying through the city is crazy, but the character models, not as high res as I would have thought. But the city...
Well, the whole thing is very misleading, because, I mean, like,
yeah.
my wife was watching me play it, and she's like, wow, I've never seen anything so beautiful in my entire life. And I'm like, well, that's because all the people are stupid. The driving mechanics are ridiculous. You don't do anything. The minute that you start doing things, that's when you have to lower the resolutions, lower the draw distance, and all this other stuff, and the world suddenly collapses in on itself. It's like, yeah, it's really impressive. There are 500, what it was the number, like 560,000 cars or something like that, all doing their thing or whatever. But it's like, if you don't interact with anybody, there's no mission structures, or there's no game in it. Of course, yeah, you're going to have 560,000 cars doing their own thing. I actually stopped and watched at the lights, and they were all following traffic laws and everything, right of way and everything. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool, but you know, I was sitting there clogging up traffic. I was just sitting there at an intersection.
Well, and when you run over people, they dissolve into particles, as opposed to having to have physics applied to them once there's a collision of any kind. So that's obviously less GPU and CPU being drained. I actually wedged my car into the side of a ramp, like I was going the wrong way for the ramp, and I couldn't get. It put me out of the car, but then I couldn't move, and I was like, "Am I going to have to restart the game?" Eventually, I unwedged myself, but it was pretty. I mean, there's not a lot to it. And it's like you play it for 27 gigs, I think it was. You know, it's pretty, but
hefty.
It's not worth 27 gigs more than beyond the initial play.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
The initial video part, was that actually video or is that a render?
No, that was all render.
That's render.
That was all render.
It was all render, and it's crazy good at points, and it's not so good at other points.
Because it fell apart pretty quick. As soon as they were in a car, it was just like, okay, it looks plastic again.
Well, it's not even. It's like when you first see Keanu, it's like, is he real or is he not real? Which was fantastic.
That was impressive. Yeah.
But it was also him on a white background, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
There was nothing else going on, so all the polys were dedicated to him. A little bit later, when you have him and Trinity there, and if you watch his face closely. As it's like then moving around, then it starts falling apart a little bit. But it's still really, really good. And I think it's a great tech demo for what the Unreal Engine can do. But that's literally all it is a tech demo with very limited circumstances. But there is a game coming now, by the way.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they have.
I wonder if it's going to be as good as Enter the Matrix.
I like that game.
I actually like that game too. I don't know why.
What is wrong with you people? Did you
Square Wheels?
Pleasure.
Square Wheels.
I literally got banned from an EB because of that game.
I'm sure it wasn't that game, Dave.
It was. It was because
it was probably drinking from the bottle.
No, I overheard somebody, one of the store people, recommending that game and said it was the best game he's ever played.
Okay, I would not go that far.
Right.
It's a little much.
Yeah, I had reason. This was not just me being me. But I had to stop it, and I was just like, no. And the guy was like, if you ever come in my store again, I will call the cops. And I'm like, what, for telling the truth? Yeah. He was mad. Because I guess, he had a quota of that crappy game to sell.
That I believe, but still, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not best, dude. It's bad.
Speaking of free games, did any of you guys download the Kid Amnesia Radiohead thing?
Oh, I did, but I didn't play it.
It's pretty. It's pretty. I mean, whether you like Radiohead or not, it's pretty cool. It's creepy as hell too.
Nice.
It's and I mean, I don't mind Radiohead at all. I think they're pretty okay, and I think this is basically like an advertisement for their new album. But the artwork on it's really neat, and the interactivity with the world and everything's pretty cool. It's a really neat tech demo. It's
what is it on?
It's on everything.
Everything.
Actually.
Yeah.
It's on PS4, PS5. It's on PC. You can get it through the Epic Store on PC. So you should be able to get it for Mac also, I believe. But yeah, I kind of thought it was like a interactive music video when I downloaded it.
I mean, kind of. Yeah. I mean, you're basically it feels kind of like a rail shooter art exhibit. Okay. Because I mean, you get dropped into this really creepy, cool looking forest, You can walk around. You can walk around and do stuff, and then it kind of funnels you into this compound. And as you're walking through the compound, you can go kind of wherever you want. And as you go through different doors, it unlocks different experiences, I guess. And you, I don't know. It's kind of like a tone poem, if that sounds because you'll walk into a room and there'll be a bunch of weird Radiohead dudes, the stick figures with the big old heads and the drawing, and you're like, "Ooh, this is creepy." And then all of a sudden, there's a song about being depressed on it or something, and they start moving around, and then you think you're on acid. I don't know, but it was still it was pretty cool. I mean, I spent maybe about an hour and a half on it. You can technically beat the demo, I guess, by going, in the right direction or whatever. But I don't know. I liked it. It was a neat idea. I wish more bands would do that, I guess.
I think Epic was doing a promotion that if you downloaded it from the Epic Store on PC or Mac, it would then unlock music or skins in Fortnite. I don't remember which one. So just FYI.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It does nothing for me, but
I also played a Steam game, free to play Steam game called Battle Royale, which is a Scrabble battle royale. And
nice.
It's pretty amusing in that the map that you're falling onto is the Scrabble board. So you can, risk going by multipliers with the idea that other people will probably land there. And the way you kill other people is to form words out into their words. So you connect your words to their words, and that kills them. And there is the fog that starts at the outside of the map and makes you constantly move inward to be the last person standing. So it's pretty hilarious. It's actually really hard because it's Scrabble. And so if you do a 3-letter word, you're kind of screwed unless you have the right stuff to continue on making down left, down right, down rights, whatever you need to do. But anyways, that's free. And I thought it was hilarious, so I played that for a while. Divinity Original Sin 2. And I think that's pretty much... No, I played something else. But I can't think of what it is. It's all right. It'll come to me later.
You watch stuff, too.
Yeah, I did watch stuff. First 3 episodes of Arcane. That show seems amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I really want to finish it now. We're 2 episodes behind on The Voice, but should be finishing that tomorrow. Wheel of Time, we have all of them in the can. We're going to record tomorrow, the latest one tomorrow, and then there's just 1 left. I had originally thought that they had extended it to 10 episodes, but it's not. It's 8, and so there's just 1 episode left in the first season, which drops next Wednesday. AEW Winter's coming. I'll talk about in a second, but last Friday on Rampage, probably the greatest debut of a wrestler in that I can think of in maybe 20 years, with the debut of Taz's son Hook.
Please, I bought the shirt.
You got the shirt?
I did buy the shirt.
And they made him look like a superstar right out the gate, and it's so different than WWE, and I know I can't do much wrestling stuff or Matt will fall asleep. But
now we can talk about this because this is awesome.
The guy started out as a meme because for the last year, he's been coming out with Team Taz and behind his dad and just standing there. And he's got the Goku hair, it is super anime hair. And he's constantly chewing gum, and he looks like a tough guy. But the internet
doesn't at the same time.
Yeah, but doesn't at the same time. And the internet sarcastically got behind him and have always been like, I want Hook's job, stand there, chew gum, eat potato chips. Because he also eats potato chips. That's his thing. And they're all like, send Hook, CM Punk's like, send Hook. And it became a meme. And so they actually had him do his debut match. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone in match 1 have the swagger, the FU attitude, and just destroy his opponent in every single way possible, crisply and cleanly, and then just leave the ring like he didn't even care he was there. It was just like a masterful debut from beginning to end. And you could hear Taz was on commentary. You could hear him kind of like almost welling up at points because he was just so proud as a peacock about his
Just
son.
knowing like it was working.
Oh my God. The crowd was so into him. And then suddenly this meme is now like everybody's on board. Everybody's legit on board. Before it was kind of sarcastic, but now everybody's on board. And so that was
like,
really good.
This is like the human equivalent of like Gritty. You don't know about the Gritty thing?
You mean the mascot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually looking off into space, making those comparisons, and that's really weird. It kind of works.
Yeah, because it started off as like people saw it and it was like this is a joke and everything, and then it kind of became a thing, and now it's like he's the most like loved mascot in all of sports.
Yeah. Anyways, this Wednesday was AEW Winter is Coming. Hangman Adam Page and Bryan Danielson went for a 60-minute draw. It's the first 60-minute match that I can think of in at least the last 10 years on American television.
It's definitely the first one. Definitely the first one in AEW.
Oh yeah, 100% is now the longest match, and Lexi was just coming out of her chair for the entire match.
I mean, all right, let me put it this way. I think the last 60-minute match I remember watching on TV involved Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
They did one on SmackDown a while back, and it was like, why?
Yeah, it must have been awful.
But, I mean, if you watch the 3 60-minute matches between Okada and Kenny.
Oh, that's, yeah.
I mean, those are like some of the best matches of all time. But this was extremely good. I would not say it was my match of the year, but it was very, very good, and the rest of the show was good too. So that's everything that I have watched and played. Then that brings us to Daniel. You had some TTRPG stuff.
This is the year of TTRPG, and it's been increasing over time. But I used to go by the rule when I was introducing tabletop role-playing games to new people. I would say, whatever your genre is, whatever your preferred genre is, there's a game out there for you. And that's the way it's been for 20 years, 25 years. There's sci-fi, horror, anime cat girl, like whatever you wanted to play as, it was out there. That now is more true than ever, in that you have Kickstarter as an option for getting your own RPG out there to the masses. There are so many projects that just pop up that are kind of neat projects, and now you have role-playing games that are from the minds of extremely creative people that never would have seen light of day before. But you also have role-playing games based on actual licensed merchandise and actual licensed media. Like Avatar, for example. There's an Avatar role-playing game that was in Kickstarter that sold so many copies. There was not enough paper in the world to supply the role-playing books from the printing shops that they had tried to contact to print their books. And so it's kind of neat. There, not only that, but there are people producing, if D&D is your flavor, there are people producing supplements and adventures and books, and a lot of them are fairly balanced, that you can go and pre-order and get digital copies from Kickstarter without even dropping a whole bunch.
See, there's another site that's come online recently called It's called Coffee. I thought for a long time it was Ko-Fi, and then I realized it was Coffee. Buy me a coffee. It's Kofi is how you spell it. And if you go on Twitter and search for TTRPG family, the hashtag TTRPG family, there are people who are doing, like Countess Cassie has a phenomenal horror 5e supplement that is absolutely phenomenal, and it's on Coffee for like $2.
Yep.
You know, and it's the same type of thing as drive through RPG, but a lot of things are system agnostic on coffee so that they don't have to necessarily deal with the 50% price going to Wizards of the Coast for being on drive through RPG, but some are. But there's so much out there right now that for any system you can imagine, systems you've never heard of. I didn't know single player systems were a thing. That's been a big thing I've been learning about, where you're doing basically role-playing games as a journaling system on your own. And it's kind of interesting. It's like you're writing the choose-your-own-adventure novel as you play through it. It's crazy.
It's super neat. Super neat. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff out there, more stuff than ever, and it's really, really amazing. Also, about a week ago, a little over a week ago, Strixhaven, a supplement and adventure for D&D 5th edition came out. That was a Magic the Gathering set about a multi-universal college, a lot like Hogwarts. That is part of the D&D universe now. And it is self-wrapped. So you can make a character that went to that college, or you could be a GM that wants to run a college adventure and you get into the same kind of college hijinks you would expect, because it is a straight up college. But it's super interesting. They've got new races, including the Owlin, and new feats and new spells, a whole bunch of stuff. But definitely take a look at it if that's up your alley.
Tencent has acquired Turtle Rock Studios. So if you're familiar with Turtle Rock, that is the company that did Back for Blood.
Left 4 Dead. I was gonna say.
yeah, Left 4 Dead, but also Back for Blood. So it was their most recent game. I believe they run a couple MMOs as well. So Tencent picked those up. That was literally today. So that was announced today. So that's really, really recent news. Who else has gaming news? Anyone?
Oh, I lost my list.
Okay, while you're finding that, Sony filed a new trademark for the Order 1886, meaning that we're probably getting a sequel. Hopefully.
I didn't hate the 1880 or 1886.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible.
I mean, I also got it like when it was like $5. So, I mean, return on value there was probably much more significant than people bought it day one. But, I mean, yeah, was it what they kind of tried to sell it as initially? No, but it had a pretty good story. What gameplay there was not bad. The world building was good. It was pretty. I mean, it was definitely a space where, yeah, first game left you wanting, but that could be a good thing if you got a sequel. So,
well,
I really never expected it to
spend on that engine. They were never going to not use it for something else, whether it be a sequel or something. They were always going to do something with it.
I meant to ask Joe if you picked up that Ubisoft NFT game.
No, I don't even know. No. No, in fact, I've read some. I think that's a piece. Maybe that's a piece of news. Like one of the game rags was interviewing someone at Ubisoft or part of that team, I guess. Maybe they're like, yeah, we don't even know what this is. I think they were talking to other people from Ubisoft, and they're like, we have no idea what this is with the NFT. They're like, I don't know. I got something from Adidas the other day too. They're like, hey, you should come buy NFTs from Adidas. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy shoes if that's okay with you guys. I don't need pictures of your shoes.
Switch sold more than 1 million units in November, making it the best-selling console in the U.S. last month. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, it launched on PC at a price point of $70, and the internet had a fit.
Apparently the performance is not super great either.
Yep. The top-selling games for November 2021 were number 1, Call of Duty Vanguard, number 2, Battlefield 2042, number 3, Pokemon BD and SP, Number 4, Forza Horizon 5. Number 5, Madden NFL 22. Number 6, Mario Party Superstars. 7 was Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. 8 was FIFA 22. 9 was Far Cry 6. And 10 was NBA 2K22, according to the NPD.
All right.
No big surprises there, I guess.
No, not really.
The media push for Horizon Forbidden West seems to be going pretty hard. I've put myself on blockout. I don't want to know anything more. I'm just hoping it doesn't suffer, second game syndrome and just like ruin everything that made the first game good. So, there's stuff out there. If you want to go look at stuff, there's a lot of stuff out there. Pray for the Gods surprise launched. That's the depending on how you want to do it, homage or ripoff of Shadow of the Colossus. Because those monsters they are dead ringers for the Colossi. So
it's been long enough. We'll call it an homage.
We'll call it homage. Okay, we'll go with the positive take there.
So while you're on that, can I say how much that new Sonic game looks like Sonic Shadows of the Colossus? You guys saw this, right? From the Game Awards?
I saw the movie trailer.
No.
It really does.
They announced a new Sonic game, and it looks like Sonic is the main character in Shadow of the Colossus. And you have to jump up it and hit its weak points and kill it. Kind of gameplay.
Does it make you feel bad about it too at the same time? Because that was the best part.
So they spent 45 seconds showing that it was an open world game with these really lush, well-rendered landscapes.
Okay.
And I'm like, where are they going with this? And then we had the Colossus, and Sonic was attacking it. And I'm like, maybe. I don't know.
Did it look back at Sonic like it was going, why?
I don't know that we actually saw the top of it. He was just working his way up, from what I remember.
Remember the original Shadows of the Colossus? I actually stopped playing because I knew what I was doing was wrong.
Yeah, I did it too. I couldn't take it.
I couldn't do it. I was just like, nah, this isn't right.
What was that movie that featured Shadow of the Colossus in it?
That was the one with Adam Sandler and Don Cheadle.
Denzel. Oh, it was Don Cheadle, not.
Yeah, it's Don Cheadle, where it was like a drama.
Rain on Me?
Rain Over Me. Is it Rain Over Me?
I think it's Rain Over Me.
Excellent movie. And what a crazy call out, that it had that game in it too. That was like.
And it was actually playing it wasn't one of those holding the controller upside down with a,
Yeah. It was like legit. That movie was just like legit in every way.
Yeah. I haven't thought about that movie in forever. Anyway.
Yeah, wow.
Deep cuts with Gamersledge.
Exactly. You win that contest this week.
Well, talking about deep cuts, the Godfall version that they released for free on PSN cut basically most of the game.
The game? Yeah. It released a game without the game.
It's so weird. Just you're automatically max level. Enjoy grinding with no story.
You should have just had you download the credits or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, how many times have I heard you say, I'm really only here for the end game? And how many times have I heard other people out on the internet say that?
I've never said that.
You have too.
I have never said that.
Dude,
it's all about the story getting there.
You buy all the levels in Fortnite so that you can start grinding the end game of the battle.
Okay, but Fortnite doesn't have an actual story. That's the exception, not the rule.
I mean, how you run through you bought levels in Final Fantasy 14 that intentionally make you skip the story. This is how much of an end game player you are.
Okay, but that was not why I did it in Final Fantasy 14. I did it because there was so much story, and I was trying to get to where I could actually play the expansion.
Point is, you're taking the choice away.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I had the choice to play 97 more hours of story content by myself, when it was supposed to be a multiplayer game, which is a conversation Daniel and I have had multiple times about Final Fantasy 14. It's a horrible multiplayer game. And I didn't realize that going in. And so I was being forced to do it on my own, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I wanted to just get to the next section. But I still had a choice to play through it. Here, they don't even give you the choice. I mean, the story's not great, and there's not a ton of it, but it's still better than, here's a max level character, enjoy grinding, there's nothing more. Because that's what this is. And they also released it on PC through Epic Games for free as well. So it's the worst of all worlds. I don't understand why they.
But apparently, Sony is going to start like getting their head out of their butt with the whole Game Pass thing. So they're probably going to do away with that anyway soon. I mean, they have to start competing with Microsoft there. It's getting too much buzz. And
I did see, and I can't find the story now, that Sony and Discord have entered into an actual agreement, and we will be able to have Discord chats on PSN soon.
They did a majority, or not maybe majority, but a significant investment, didn't they? I mean, they're like a significant stockholder of them now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Microsoft
they've done that
has
with a couple of things.
These guys have Discord now.
Can we talk about Star Wars Eclipse?
and I watched Succession.
That was the other thing he watched that he couldn't think of.
Got it.
Just need to get that out there. Sorry.
I think we can. I mean,
Really CGI.
Daniel, have you seen the trailer for Star Wars Eclipse?
Yes.
Okay.
your name's not Daniel.
Oh, he's away. That's fine.
Oh.
I didn't realize. I wasn't listening as usual.
That's what happens when you drink from the bottle.
So this is set 500 years after the current storylines?
Before.
No, it's before.
It's High Republic.
I thought High Republic was
tie-in.
set in the future after.
No.
No.
It's the end of
Oh no.
the golden age of the Jedi.
Yes.
Republic, technically.
That's so not what I was hoping for. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what you're getting.
I get it, but that's not what I was hoping for.
And the Force is a song. And that's how everybody sees it.
No, that's how one person sees it. That book was not good, but that was
I'm
only
sorry.
how one person saw it.
Right, but they had to repeat it over and over again.
Yeah. Look, I think Chuck must have sold his soul to write that book, because they must have told him, you've got a 362 word contract. And he's like, yeah, this is going to take me about 150 to write. 362 pages, guy. Oh, okay, fine. So
It was not.
there was a lot of filler in there.
That was a slog.
Well, anyways, there's a lot of CGI and it looks good for that.
Yeah, no, it looks really good.
I just have no idea what the game actually is or what the gameplay is.
Well, no, but I mean, it's Quantic Dream, right? So it's you mean, you can imagine there's going to be a pretty intense story. Whether you like it or not is going to be based directly on whether or not you
Luke.
like
Luke.
Cage, I guess, but
Luke.
No, you'll have Yoda. That's about it.
Luke will remember that.
But yeah, I mean, I think I'm excited for it. It made me remember that I've got like 6 Life is Strange games to play that I've bought and haven't gotten to. But I mean, it looks really, really pretty. I mean, it looks better than I would have expected. Now, granted, that could have all just been, smoke and mirrors. We won't know until we get an actual game in our hands.
How dare you, sir? They have never done that ever with a video game trailer. How dare you?
Alan Wake 2 announced. The It Takes Two won Game of the Year at the Game Awards for 2021.
Is that the one about the
DJ Jazzy Jeff?
like?
I mean, no.
Yes.
Oh, God, I messed it up. I'm sorry.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Wow.
No.
So,
Rob
did you guys
Bates.
ever play the other game that they did?
Yes. It was.
What's the other game that they did?
It was.
It's like Prison Break.
Yes, it's a 2-player.
Oh, it's that 2-player
co-op.
prison co-op thing.
Yes.
No, I did not play
Yeah.
that.
I did.
Yeah, nobody else did either.
I did.
Well, okay, so you and I, and then the people that we played it with were probably
correct. Yes, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I've never heard Mark mention this game.
Well, that's what's so surprising. That's why I'm like, I mean,
Calling him out on his lies.
I didn't play It Takes Two, but it's just so weird that this game that the first game that these guys did, literally nobody played, but like 5 people. Well, 6. It's got to be an even number,
right? No, you could have bots. You could have bot as the other player.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it did some cool stuff, like they gave you a free pass to give to someone else to play, or I mean, they did some cool things with that. I mean, I heard a lot about it. I didn't play it.
Yeah, Ken and I played it.
It's just weird that this game like came out of nowhere and suddenly it's like the darling, when their first game like nobody cared about, but it's basically the same game, just a different story essentially. I mean, I'm not saying that It Takes Two is bad or anything. I don't know. I've never played it, but it's just weird that it kind of came out of nowhere.
It was not what I was expecting to win. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
But it takes 2 to make a game go right.
I think it takes 2 to make it out of sight, Dave. Not.
Oh boy.
Uemura, the engineer behind the NES and Super NES, passed away 10 days ago. There's a new Splinter Cell on its way.
Is it just a remake though? I heard they were just redoing it.
Thanks for not calling it SNES. Thank you.
That would be like me being the person who calls him Mario. Shoot those people. What's wrong with them? I know it's an open world, but I don't know if it's a reboot or a remake or a continuation or what.
I thought I read it was a remake.
How about a reimagination? We'll just split the difference. It's a reimagining.
Yeah, call it a reimagining. Call it good.
A more stealthy version of Assassin's Creed, similar to how Halo Infinite has done its open world. So that sounds different.
Everyone that I know that's playing Halo Infinite loves it. So
yeah, I'm super excited. I keep forgetting I have a PC. Ergo, vis-a-vis concordantly, I can buy that game. I don't need an Xbox. I'm so conditioned to think, I don't have an Xbox, I can't do it.
Yeah, those are the rules I live by. I don't have an Xbox, therefore I can't buy it.
Yeah, but that's self-imposed.
Yeah, you know why? Because there's too many games.
There are. 100%. Trying to find any other super noteworthy news. Does anybody else have anything?
Well, yes. I don't know. It's super. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Oh, it's always exciting when Dave has news.
Yes, it is.
You know it's going to be. You know what it's going to be, right?
It's some expansion coming out for Animal Crossing, but that's okay.
No, but that's fine. No, there's no more expansions. They're done. They already said they're done. And, and people were just like,
never lied to you.
Yeah, and people were like mad. They were just like, "What do you mean there's going to be no more free updates for a game I only paid for once?" Shut up.
Yeah, they're going to be paid updates from now on.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not going to be paid. Even that paid update was like, no, we're not doing that again. Because it's Nintendo. They're like, F off.
They don't change anything.
Yeah, Nintendo's just like, everybody's like, we're doing Game Pass. We're doing, Sony's cooking up something that's going to blow you away. And Nintendo's like, here's Paper Mario. I hate you.
I get so angry when I mean, I know you love Animal Crossing and everything, but and I do too. I play it. I put 100 hours into it. I like it. It makes me mad every time I walk into like, what's his face? The pigeon. What's
Brewster?
Coffee pigeon.
Yeah,
Brewster. Every time I walk in there, and it's the same music, the same animation from like the older games. I'm just like, you guys suck so much, and I wish I could stop playing you. It makes me so mad.
And the best part is, I was so excited for Brewster to show back up.
I know, it's like, well, I could have just booted up my GameCube version of it and played Brewster there. It was the same experience.
Well, no, this one, he gives you stuff.
Oh, pigeon milk. Ooh.
No. Yeah, let's not talk about that. That's dark.
The darkest timeline is pigeon milk.
I love that I'm seeing the 15-second delay stream. So as soon as Joe gets done going, I see it back again on the other screen. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Nice you can watch it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like when they first asked for that, I was just like, that I don't like the sound of any of this. And I like how the one response is, ew, no. Because that's their proper response. But no, that's besides the point. What was my original point? I had news.
Dragon Age 4 will be more single player.
No. I have something legit.
There was, I don't know, something was coming out, and I teased you that it was.
Yes. So Analog finally got their crap together and opened up pre-orders for the Pocket again.
Yes, and how much was it?
Yeah, it's like $220 now.
I just can't help but think you're going to be horribly disappointed.
No. It's good stuff. I know some people already got one.
Well, then I fully expect a full review and breakdown when you get this bad boy in, because
In 2 years.
Exactly.
I've got an Ouya I'll sell you.
No. So that's different. Okay, like this specifically plays, Game Boy, Lynx, Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket cartridges. That's like it legit plays like my actual old, games and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be cool. But yeah, from everybody, all the reviews and everything say it's like it is the best way to play your old games.
There is a supposed or allegedly disclosed remake of Chrono Cross happening.
Why would you do Chrono Cross instead of Chrono Trigger?
I don't know. And the original story that I had seen that for said that it may have shown at the Game Awards, and I didn't watch the entire thing, so it might have happened, but I'd never heard about it if it did. So take that with a grain of salt. But
I didn't watch any of the Game Awards this year.
Me neither.
I did. It was actually pretty good. They had a lot of different stuff. It was kind of the Nintendo Direct problem of here's something really cool, and then here's like 12 things that are like
not cool,
and then here's some really cool stuff, and then here's another like 24 minutes of
less cool.
Yeah, less cool. So it was kind of up and down, but yeah.
Yeah, let's talk to these developers talking about their childhood trauma. It's like why they're making this game. It's like, oh, my mom made me eat asparagus, and I hate asparagus, so here's my game. And it's like, I don't care about that. Just show me the game.
Well, but then, I care about that more than, Mr. Beast, doing whatever it is that he does.
Totally valid.
I give two rats' asses about that. 2 pigeon milks. It's like, ugh, I don't care about all that streamy.
Pigeons are not mammals. Where is the milk coming from?
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any actual news?
Yeah, well, the one thing is Sony, after suing the pants off of injunctioning pants off of every plate maker for PS5 that's tried to do it, has finally officially revealed that they're releasing their
console
own
covers.
Plates. Yeah, and colors to match. So you've got, I don't know, I'll just list the colors because I don't know what their fancy names are, but there's red, blue, purple, pink, and black.
That's not blue.
They look really good.
It's blue. Really it's like it's a powdery periwinkle-ish blue.
Yeah, it's like a sky blue. That's not the kind of blue you want for. Although
that purple is nice.
The purple is pretty
nice.
wicked.
That purple's getting bought.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might buy like purple and black and then mix and match.
Ooh, you could do purple and pink too.
Yes, absolutely.
I might do black and red because that is my favorite color combo, black with red highlights. So
nice.
The plates come off. They're a little tricky if you haven't done it before. You'll feel like you're going to break it, but it's pretty sturdy. Most likely you're not. I've pulled them off a couple times to clean and to put my SSD in. So
I guess the last piece of news that really we have is Among Us is getting a VR mode.
I don't want to talk about Among Us because for whatever reason, my kid's scared of Among Us.
That's pretty sus, man.
Your kid is scared of Among Us?
I don't know why. Apparently, when he was like hanging out over like a friend's house, they watched like YouTube videos or something like that.
Well, I mean, the people do get killed horrifically. They get like chopped in half, and you see the ham bone, you know, the sliced open ham, like for his lower torso.
I don't know.
That could be scary.
He's weird with stuff, but then he'll sit there and say like, "I'm scared of Among Us." We're like, "You don't play Among Us," and he's like, "No, I saw a video on the Among Us channel," and we're like, ugh.
All right, so that's
I missed. There's a piece of news I saw that I completely missed. I don't know if did the rest of you catch this, but Sony is acquiring another developer studio, Valkyrie Entertainment, which is a support studio that's worked on everything from God of War to Infamous Second Son to Halo Infinite. So they're bringing in them in, and they're going to be working with Santa Monica to finish up God of War Ragnarok.
All right, then.
Okay.
I did not see that.
No.
That then brings us to the part of the show where we like to thank the folks that make this possible. Mr. J Nice subscribed for 36 months. Thank you. You're a rock star. Drogadan subscribed for a year. Thank you. You're a rock star. Thanks to all of our new follows. Joe Conklin Real, Mr. Picklebeast, Queen Mushi, Cobra Rex, Neek Nasty Gaming, Slim by Fat 82, Woo Fire Got Power, Awesome Freak 333, Banana Boys Forever, Power Belly 1988, Nickname Nikki, Gamebreaker Studios, My OK, Hex is Real, Maddie's Masquerades, Clown Nation, Danny Phantom PR, Icy Duke 41, SP Infinity Gaming, Shiggity Schwa, Spirit 331, Nightmare Queen 21, Baldy Bearded Barber, John Kimball 90, JB Gaming TTV, Beamonoid, Fatty Pete Pop Pop, Top Tonic, Blazer 51, Wallen, I just got to read them. That's all I got to do. Wallen, Dante 11, Rick Stevens PI, Hezi Wade 99, Mafia 6869, Oasis, how do you even say that? Oasis. It's Oasis ION. Oasisian? Oasisian? That one's actually got me stumped. I don't know how to say that one.
I am fairly certain we're just going to be making up a bunch of fake names for you over the next few weeks.
No. I actually read this out of my Twitch panel. It shows me all the folks that have followed in the last week.
Right.
So,
well, we're going to put in some work on this.
Okay, that's fine. I got no problem with that.
These are going to be good.
We also want to thank our Patreon and Twitch producers who are popping up on the screen here in just a second. You can unlock exclusive emotes just by following, just like Rick Stevens, Hezawade, and Mafia did today. If you're able to hit our subscribe button to unlock even more emotes as well as bit emotes available. On YouTube, like, subscribe, and of course the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content, which is almost every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. Last but not least, patreon.com/Gamersledge will get your name on every single show that we do as a Patreon or Twitch producer, just like the fine folks coming up right now that we'd like to thank when we do this show. So thank you to all of our boss patron producers, Axe Thompson, Nomishly, Lexi, Mr. J Nice, Mark Steadmom, Tim Paget, and Drogadan. Thank you. And then, of course, DMS Creations, Peter Carrero, Billy Frog, Dance Commander, Ramy Becker, Arturo Gonzalez, Mark Johnson, Eric Luna, John O'Callahan, June Kirby Ashi, and I actually have to play it again so that I get the rest of them read. That's the best part, because we're actually to the point where it takes me a couple goes. June Kuribayashi, John Hewlett, Pat Tubach, Tracy Fuller, Dave Butler, Michael Sims, Mark Huey, Nick Nibbles, Kevin Rollins, and Obi-Wan Jernobi, which has nothing to do with you. And I find it hilarious, Matt, because you're Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's Obi-Wan Jernobi. So thank you, all of you, for your support. You guys are rock stars. That's going to bring us to final thoughts. And Matt, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I resolved this year to read 12 books, and I actually managed to accomplish that goal at the cost of the ginormous stack of comic books that's sitting behind me that I have yet to read. So I need to find some. Yeah, so the project for next year is to not get behind on comic books, which is probably not realistic. But just every once in a while, gotta switch things up. Go back to an old hobby that you enjoyed, take a look and see if there's something you can pick up. Look for a new hobby, look for something to do. There's lots of stuff out there, and don't kid yourself. You don't have to do it all. It's easy to feel like you do. I used to call this the mom syndrome, when a mom would look at all the other moms she knew and pick like the one thing that they were each good at and mush it into one person and then compare themselves to that. Well, we've got like hobby syndrome now, where you look at all these people who are each doing one or two things, and then you try to mush yourself into like this mega person that's doing all of them. And that's not the path to fun. That's not the path to enjoying yourself. That's not the path to self-improvement, whatever it is you're looking for.
I feel attacked.
It's easy to fall in that trap. So just do it. Do you.
Daniel, final thoughts.
Nope.
Daniel's like, I'm doing all the things, damn it.
He was like,
He's doing all the things that Matt said I shouldn't be doing.
I feel personally attacked by Matt. That's my final thought.
It was not an attack.
He was too busy watching Netflix, doing his miniatures, playing a tabletop game, and messing around on the Switch at the same time.
And making notes for his upcoming session. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Joe, final thoughts?
I mean, I guess if we're doing like resolutions and stuff, I guess.
Oh, this is the last one of
the
the year. So, if you want to do
so
resolutions, you can.
I'm going to make resolutions for next year.
Right.
Doing it. I resolve so that I can be more like the person that Matt's trying to tell us not to be like. I'm going to.
It was a suggestion, not a rule. All right, you do you, boo.
You're not my mom. You're not my mom syndrome. No, I want to actually like get me because it took me like 12 minutes to. I had to like start getting on this podcast like almost 30 minutes before it started, just because my computer kind of is lame. But I want to get a computer built so that I can actually do computery things and actually participate in Xboxy type stuff, because since I left my previous employer, I pretty much never messed with Xbox stuff, and so I know there's some interesting things on there, and I want to get into that and play PC stuff too, because there's a lot of really cool PC games out there nowadays since everyone's PC master raced, yo. So that's my final thought.
Dave, final thoughts.
Kind of along Matt's point. I've been trying to like slow down a little bit, if you can believe that's possible, to slow down more. But especially like at night, like you know how like screen time is bad right before bed.
It is.
Is it? I don't know.
Mark,
that's what I do to go to bed.
Hey, Mark, do you know why you never sleep?
It's because you never turn your screens off.
100%.
So, Mark, do you understand now why you have 3 hours of sleep every day? So what I've been doing at night, instead of like, playing on the phone or my Switch, Animal Crossing, like I would do every night, I've been reading on the Kindle, Paperwhite, which is like a it's like a e-ink screen with like the lighting is like on top of, so it doesn't project into your eyes kind of thing. It's very relaxing on the eye, and it's like a nice way to like wind down the day. Reading has been a really great hobby lately. I've been really enjoying it, taking my time getting through books and everything like that. It's my super nice wind down, at the end of the day. So I'm really digging that. And there's just tons of great stuff out there. I know there's like people that are all purist about it and everything like that. And, they only want books and everything like that. But I do like, my Kindle, for that. It's very convenient, very easy, when you're just like laying in bed, reading it and stuff. So I'm a big fan of that. I dig that.
Well,
So I do more of that.
My final thought is two parts. First, resolutions. We've been doing really well on Twitter. We're up over 500 followers in like 2.5 months is when I started working on the Twitter side of things. So my goal is to get to 1,000 by March 31st. And Twitch is at 261 right now for followers. I'd like to get to 500 by March 31st.
Nice.
I think those are doable goals. And then once those are at those two numbers, I will probably start concentrating on TikTok because I need to get 1,000 followers on TikTok, and then we can stream directly to TikTok at that point. And then, I mean, we're doing well on our YouTube. We're over 3,000 followers finally, so that's pretty awesome. So thank you to all of you that watch on YouTube as well. That's been growing steadily, and as we release more reaction videos and content up there, I think that's going to grow even further. So that's kind of what.
Do we have what?
What?
Do we have to do weird TikTok challenges and dances? Because I don't know.
No. All I've actually been doing is cutting up our D&D sessions and posting them on there, and those have been getting decent amount of views, like in the 300 views kind of range. So that's not terrible. I am looking for a video editor to do that for me because I don't have the time. And if I can find somebody to do it at a decent rate, then I will gladly pay them Tuesday for a hamburger today. So that's the resolution part. My final thought is go watch Spiderman. That's a super easy no-brainer. If you've got some time this weekend, go watch Spiderman. If you're worried about the number of people, like I was, buy an extra seat like I did so that you're socially distanced from people. Nothing wrong with that. And then that's going to bring us to to our final part of the show where we leave you with a sage piece of advice to carry you on until the next time we meet. Joe, after an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer, after an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music?
Damn, I don't know.
Because he had a ton of sick beats.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love it so much.
Until next time, thanks for watching and game on.
Game on.
I hate that you encourage him. Like, even though you're obviously faking it,
no, I love it. That's hilarious.
He takes it as encouragement.
I'm pissed that I didn't think of it.
And we are clear. Huzzah.
I'm still opaque. If you were clear, that's not great, but
Yeah.
That's funny, Matt, because I can see right through you.
Oh.
I mean, it was either we're clear or we're the Guardians of the Galaxy. I wasn't sure which, so.
We are Groot. Well, gentlemen.
Thank you, everybody, for participating.
Yeah, sure.
Let me know when. So, Dave, did you say you were available later on Sunday?
I said it would have to be later on Sunday, like late on Sunday.
Okay, like what's late for you?
Like, the time we usually do like this, like